Pirates, ninjas, Vikings. Today we are building a prop jukebox for our upcoming musical. So the first challenge is, what does a jukebox look like? There's an iconic Wurlitzer jukebox. It's what you think of when you say jukebox. But we need something we can build in the shop. Quick, fast, and cheap. So I was scanning through Google and I found this one and that one. And I got to Etsy and I found this one. I thought I could make this work. It needed some modifications. So we're going to eliminate the curved window. We'll just make that straight. Size-wise, I'm looking at this desk behind the jukebox. It's about 30 inches tall, so ultimately I'm going at 60 inches tall. I might as well make it 30 inches wide, and it's about 24 inches deep. We'll make a quick frame out of 2x2s. The angle is a little challenging. I'm going to lay out some boards, mark the angles underneath the boards, and eyeball it over at the miter saw. To get this severe angled toe screw in, I would start drilling a pilot hole, then turn the drill to the direction you want to go, and then put the screw in. And once you have two frames done, you need to connect them. And here's the basic frame. It's not that pretty. It's not going to hang on the refrigerator, but it's the structure we're going to build our prop out of. So we're going to face it in 1/4 inch Luan. Again, line up the perfect corner. Make the short side flush. Work on the long side. I need to cut this angle off, so I'm going to use a flush trim router bit. Easy peasy. And then just staple the rest of the facing on. The rest of the facing is just glued and stapled in place. Remarkably, I got most of this jukebox out of one sheet of Luan. Yes, I needed some scraps, but the sides, front, and top were all from one sheet. I'm building out the window area with a slightly thicker plywood. And another piece of Luan makes it just as thick as the plywood. And with that angle, it needs to get sanded down. And now we're looking at something that looks like our jukebox. Before we have it painted, there's a couple of cracks that need to get filled in with some painter's caulk. the scene this goes in has a black traveler curtain behind it, so I didn't want to match the colors exactly. I figured a brown and black jukebox would not stand out in front of a black curtain. So I went with this blue, and then it was just a matter of building details. This is a wood frame covered in fabric. That's going to be the speaker cover. A jukebox needs records. Well, in our case, labels for records. So I typed up some labels and glued them on. Casters, coin slot. The jukebox has an opening where you can see the records playing, so we just painted it black. Jukebox needs buttons to select, so hot glued on. And metal foil tape went in for a shiny accent. I know that some of the jukebox cards seem discolored, so I used a marker to change the coloring. And then I distressed with a mixture of brown paint, clear polyurethane, and water. So it was a wash of dirt. I sponge it on and then I kind of wipe it off. Make it look like a not brand new jukebox. And there we go. It's a prop. It looks like a jukebox. But this is in the shop. Let's get it on stage with some stage lighting. And there you have it. One jukebox prop is done. I hope you learned something. Any questions? Put them in the comments.